up, man? Players, man. Talk 24/7 here with a grudge match. A grudge match and a rivalry. I'm not sure what that is, so I'm going to call it a rivalry and a grudge match. This guy just beat me with the Packers. He completely blew me out and ran all over me, so this is our rematch, and this time he chooses the Bengals, and I know what I need to do to stop this guy, but I knew what I needed to do last time. But we get off to a good start. Brennan Browner, Moss, and AJ Green. But the Bengals defense, they are something else. The Bengals defense, they have to be the best defense in the game. They hit stick just like the Niners. They do everything the Niners do. It just, people do not give them a chance just because of their offense. You just have to know how to run their offense. But you have Terrence Newman, Taylor Mays. You have Johnson. You have Mock. You have they're stocked. Reggie Nelson. They are a stacked defense. They were actually my team last year when all I did was blitz with Johnson and roam around with Taylor Mays. It was a really nice formula. And then AJ Green, that dude is a top 5 wide receiver in every game of Madden. Last year he was too, and this year I believe he's top 3 just because that man does not drop anything, and he is the king at mossing people. So he's really, really tough to guard, but I know that I pretty much, I know what I need to do, and I'm executing so far, and I go up 14 zip. No, I get tackled at the 1, but no, this time, look at that play. The halfback toss. I'm not getting stopped inside the 1 anymore. I go to the halfback toss, completely threw him off guard. He was laughing, talking about he didn't expect me to do that. And I said exactly why I ran it. So I'm up 14 zip, getting my redemption, You're not about to blow me out on my channel like that. And, what am I saying? I've been blown out on my channel a lot. But, and then I get a hit stick, 4th and 3. Oh, my goodness. Pass interference. I really had him. And I didn't think that I would get there with ball hawk. So I tried to do a hit stick, and it leads to him getting a touchdown. It's 14-7. I almost had him. And now we are back in a ball game. He said he would not just get blown out like that. No way. And this is where the game gets intense, because this is just where he starts to blitz, and I'm able to... Man, I keep trying to tell people, man, these Bengals, they hit. A lot of people sleep on them, but these Bengals do hit. And look at me juking the spy, and I get tackled at the 1 again. And what was that? Freaking, as soon as I hike, I'm getting sacked. Probably a DT Nano, I'm not sure. And this is just where I get stuck again. And 3rd and goal from the 5. It was 1st and goal from the 1. I run a draw, just get hit stick, completely destroyed. I run a slant out and just no dice again. I thought I ended my red zone woes, but unfortunately I did it, and I get stopped. I get stopped again. I was at the 1 yard line again. Same as last game. This is just a trend. I keep trying to tell people my last 3-4 games. What am I saying? 3-4 games. The last 3-4 days, I've been really having trouble scoring in the red zone inside the 5. If you stop me inside the 5, I have like a 5% chance of scoring. That is unfortunately what it has been lately, and I really need to find a way to fix that, because, that's not good. You don't really have to be a math whiz, but 5% in the red zone, because I don't kick field goals, mind you. Maybe I should, but I don't really like doing that, so I end up walking away with 0 points. And this is an interesting decision on his part. He turns down the roughing the passer so he can be at the 15 and chuck end zone fades. No dice. I do engage 8 again. I blitz the crib, and guess what? Sherman, a top 3 corner in the league, gets shoved off. like he's a little like that's why I don't blitz, man. I swear, like that dude just gets shoved off when that's Richard Sherman. I mean, that dude's a top corner, and the way he just got destroyed in man coverage just doesn't make sense to me. So the end zone fade, I mean, I can't really get mad because end zone fades piss me off more than anything, and I would not allow him to do an end zone fade. Instead, he did a fade, and it got him in the end zone. So it sounds better than having an end zone fade, but it's still the same result. So he still scored. So I can't really say, yeah, I stopped you from throwing an end zone fade because that would sound stupid because he still ended up scoring. But score 14-14, and I know at this point I cannot afford to get tackled in the red zone. That I need to score from outside, and unfortunately I do. I end up scoring. Butler gets hurt, but guess what? I mean, that dude's a warrior. It didn't even give me an option to put him back in because he came back in the next play. That's what happens when it gives you no option. That's when you know your players are tough. Butler, that dude gets hurt more than anybody. I'm not going to disrespect that man like that. He gets hurt more than the average player, but I tell you, he never sits out a game. That dude is constantly playing through injuries, constantly coming back, and that's what he does. And this is where he starts to just do the power run game, just start running the ball on me. And I'm not really concerned because I'm up 7, so he can take as long as he wants in scoring on me because I'm not really concerned because I'm up 7, so he can do what he wants to do. But as long as I have him, then I'm not really concerned. So here we go. He hikes it while I'm off sides and just completely just dots me. He hiked it while I was off sides. He hiked it while I was on the wrong person. Just completely just quick hike me. Just got me out of position. And then he drops a pick right there. Luckily, he dropped a pick. And this is where I start to lay down. This is where I start to just get sacked and really have nothing going. But I passed it on 3rd and 15. I really needed that pass. And this guy's pass rush, it just starts to get clicking in the fourth quarter. I'm just so close to throwing a pick. All these close opportunities, drop picks this guy is getting. And Sidney Rice, he holds on to that, and luckily he did not get hurt. And there goes the pick. Nate Clemens, I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong. I do not think he's I don't think he's that fast. The freaking Nate Clemens, that dude's been slow. He's never been fast in Madden. When he was young on the Niners, he was still slow. And then you have Andy Dalton taking hit sticks from Wagner and doing QB sneaks. So at this point, I'm really just confused and mad that all this stuff is happening because it's not making any sense. Nate Clemens with the trail technique, I mean, it was a good play. I would not take that away from him. But Nate Clemens, I don't believe he's that fast. I mean, Nate Clemens, that dude has always been slow. Just always been like an 83 speed corner. Just always been a laughing stock. The only reason he played was because he could catch, which he did catch that pass. And then Butler, he lays down and drops a pick. He drops a pass in the end zone. And then Taylor Mays mosses Zach Miller. And this is just where the ball game just starts to get really, really fuzzy. Because this is just where I know all he has to do is get in field goal range. So it's kind of scary to think that that's all he has to do. But I know he has to pass at the same time. So I'm pretty confident that as long as he passes, then I can pretty much strap him. He rolls out, throws a strike, and I run right by him. I run right by that man, and he scores super clutch. Is probably the reason I'm down $70 to this dude, just because I just cannot beat this dude in the clutch. He always gets some crazy play in the clutch. I mean, maybe I'm just unclutch. I'm not sure, but I'm fighting to be clutch, you know. I'm throwing some strikes. I'm getting in field goal range. I'm not going to lay down like that. And I throw a pass to Zach Miller, and he lurks me with Dante Malk, the dude who has 90 speed at a linebacker position. And that, folks, is the ball game right there. He beats me back-to-back times, 28-21. I hope you enjoyed this game, and look forward for more gameplays in the future.